My customers will know if they purchase something from us that it's going to last, that it's going to be consistent, that everything they get from us is not going to compromise in quality at all, and it's going to be a great finished product. My name is Andrew Jones. I'm the owner of Evergreen Patio, and we're in Cave Spring, Georgia. I started my company back in 2008, right at the beginning of the recession. Couldn't find work. Started on my father's farm on a little wood shop about the size of our showroom right now. The small little wood shop, just making chairs for my mom. And over the last 10 years, just slowly grew it, and eventually moved into this commercial space here in Cave Spring, Georgia, just last year. I think one of my biggest challenges starting the business was just being able to make enough product to begin with. We ran into a lot of problems being in a small workshop, cutting everything by hand. I would just trace it, cut it out with a bandsaw, and I always knew a CNC machine was just far off in the future. Didn't think I would be able to afford it, didn't think it would work, didn't think I'd have enough space for it. And so that was a big challenge, was being able to make enough product and efficiently, making everything uniform, everything together, and just being able to meet production demands and make customers happy, and just having very good, consistent product. Before this, we were in a small cotton warehouse in Monroe, Georgia, and that was our first, I guess, leap of faith that we took, was to go to the small cotton warehouse. That's where we first got our Laguna machine. And when we moved to this new location here, we expanded the building, we added a little bit more. We spent about a year in renovation, and we had a new Laguna machine here waiting for us when we got here. So that was the first piece of equipment we moved in, was our second SmartShop 2.
We sell a lot of different outdoor living accessories, from chairs to fire pits, different accessories like signs, just any kind of thing to really make your outdoor living space more enjoyable. I didn't really know too much about the machines or anything about them really, and he just kind of showed me how to operate them, and it wasn't hard at all. Really just kind of showed me just the different screens to go through and how to select programs. It was really simple.
So when I was working in the small workshop on my family farm, I knew eventually I would need a CNC machine, and I would spend hours and hours, actually several years, just shopping and looking around, and didn't realize there was an affordable option out there for me. I thought most of the CNC machines out there started almost close to $100,000, and that it was just going to be something that I would not be able to ever get to. And so eventually, stumbling upon Laguna and doing some research and talking to Adrian there at the sales, with the sales team, realized that this was an affordable machine and I wasn't losing any kind of quality, that it was a machine that I could rely on, that it would work.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff for the chairs is a lot done by hand and different saws and tools and things, but the CNC helps us mostly with, like I said before, the heavy lifting, some of the parts of the chairs that got more intricate curves to them or have like a precise notch or an angle to them. It can do much easier than us freehanding it out like on a bandsaw or something like that, which is the way it used to be done, all 100% from scratch by hand. The CNC just helps us get more done quicker. Building these chairs and using the CNC, I mean, we've been able to figure out a different way to lay out how the program runs or set up the boards on the machine in a certain way that maximizes its efficiency. So I can just look at my watch and say, hey, in 15 minutes the thing's going to be done and we'll be ready for another color to do a different chair.
What's nice about having this machine is I can lay all my pieces out, and with the touch of a button, all those pieces are cut out. We take them out, we route them, and then they're ready to go. And it saves hours and hours of work. It's like having a full-time employee sitting there working for me all day. So we got a second SmartShop 2 for the first reason, obviously, in case there's any kind of downtime on our first machine, which there hasn't been yet. It's been 2 years, it's run great. So we haven't had any issues with that. So we bought the second machine because after about 2 years of use, I realized this was a good quality machine, wanted to keep using it. So we got the second machine to be strictly like an R&D machine, because there's so many things that we don't do that I know the machine is capable of. So we're going to do a lot more V-carving, a lot more just experimenting going into lots of different other products that we can eventually offer.
So we've got big ideas for newer products, and you know, if the business just keeps taking off like it has, then if we were running 2 machines simultaneously, we'd be doubling our output, which would be awesome. As far as my experience with it, I've used it plenty and gotten used to it and very familiar with it. Everything's really simple to use. It's easy to take care of.
So we decided to make the move, to make the transition, and we found this great hardware store, and we have come to love this town and its people, and hope to give back to the community.